We're back live at the Harrowings podcast, or live with Hal Gill, passing show, if you will. I've got my face up. Hey, Tim, good to see you. Pancho Escobar, good to have you as well. And y'all are regulars, so you know what we're dealing with here. Colonial Williamsburg Fife and Drum Corps alumni here. It's here somewhere. It says alumni on my hat. Brian D's joined. What up? What up, Hal? Pancho wants to know. Well, not much, actually. I'm just sitting outside the National Arboretum's greenhouse. It's really nice in there, but very humid. So I'm staying outside in the shade. And we're going to do a little walking, do a little talking. We just had a cancellation for the 3 p.m. Harrowings podcast, so that window is closed, but we'll probably tag up with our guest later, we hope. And we have somebody as a shouter nearby, so we're going to get moving. And we'll swing the camera around, take them in, what it's worth. There are all kinds of different modes of being. If I can figure out how to swing the camera around. Hang on a second there. Oops. Yeah, there we go. Off we go. There, my friend next table. Over. Getting some of the plantings that are out here. This is part of the Smithsonian, if I'm not mistaken, the National Arboretum, United States Botanic Gardens. So that you're correct about what I'm calling things. No posed photography. That's strange. Why not? I believe we have one of our representatives. He just came strolling by and take a nap in the sun on the bench. Blame him. It's a monument to Garfield. We're heading towards here. James Garfield, one of our presidents that was assassinated for the very fact he was president. What a shame. He lived, it looks like, that'd be right, 1831 to 1881. He was 50 when he passed away. Shot over where the National Gallery of Art is today, if I'm not mistaken, the train station, if I recall right. There's a major general, member of Congress, senator, and president. He's a dark horse candidate when he got elected. Apparently, it was an office seeker, Gateau, I think. He shot him for not being able to come through with a coveted position in the federal government. It's the type of thing that happens if you're not too careful. Heading up towards the U.S. Capitol, because why not? The grounds are nice. Got pretty trees. I'm not going in. I'm not planning to anyway, but planning on walking around it. And, giving you a little who, what, when, and where. You never know what you might see. Bottle of smart water. Over yonder. Nice walking path as well. The trees are labeled. This one is Columbia London plane tree. Oh, looks like a sycamore to me. Antanas Acifolia Columbia. Funny, it looks like a sycamore. I don't wonder if it's mislabeled. Oh, well. A whole line of them.
Yes, quizás sí lo es, pero yo no sé de esto, por favor.
People come here from all over the world, which I kind of enjoy seeing and hearing. These are sycamores. I think not Columbia plane trees. Maybe they have both names. I don't know, man. It is what it is. But I definitely know a sycamore when I see one. They shed their bark. Have little balls on them. Their seeds. Fruiting. I've walked a lot. I don't know how many steps I did, but I've walked from Toussaint Pont Circle Metro. I split up with my friend Rick Shapiro after hanging out with him for over an hour at the DuPont Coffee Collective at Q Street when I was doing my office hours. Also had time with a salesman named Greg, did realty in the area. Gorgeous building in it. U.S. Capitol. Only one of them. We were by the Shanksville Memorial to Flight 93. 9/11, that went down on its way probably to the Capitol. Crashed into it. It didn't do it. So the building survives intact. The Pentagon, too, was hit, though. And it's been repaired since as a monument to those people who lost their lives there. Series of benches that face that wing was impacted. That's the House of Representatives we're looking at now. The representatives who represent you in Congress, if you have one, DC residents really do not. Well, they are pretty much bought by the political interest out there, corporate interests. They have to start campaigning for funding as soon as they get elected and spend about 50% or more of their time fundraising for the party. It's just a bad system, in my view. This is a horse chestnut. Well, another horse chestnut, I believe. Yeah, call them Buckeyes. Scilus hippocastanum. Hippocastanum. The hippo is part of the horse part. Castanum chestnut. Can't read this tree. Let's get a little closer. This one is a commemoration tree, a sugar maple, to honor the contribution and achievement of Asian American to American business, culture, and society. Well, that's nice. Get off of the plants there. So we got some surveillance cameras up there. This tree is a swamp chestnut oak. Quercus Mikulski. I don't know if I pronounced that right. From the beech family, a southeastern United States species. That's where we are, basically, southeastern United States. That's this one. This one is a great ash. A heck of a growth on it there. Ash trees that make good guitars, good sound wood. And over here is a hedge maple. And over here, cucumber magnolia. My father had a cucumber tree that grew on his property. He loved that tree. They took it down when his neighbor had a guy come in and log it, and he got over on our property and got Dad's cucumber tree. Well, it was nice while it lasted. This is a white willow oak. Very small leaves. And over here, I have another commemorative tree. This one is a memorial tree, a Quercus rubra, the northern red oak, to honor Representative John Jack Patrick Murtha. Bertha from Pennsylvania, if I'm not mistaken. I remember I was involved in something that he had funded, and I'm trying to remember what it was. It's a particular. There's something I can't remember what it was. Off the top of my head, this one is a memorial tree, a white ash to honor Arbor Day, a clone of the original George Washington white ash. Well, that's nice. You can see their bigger stump there. There's another view of the House of Representatives side, U.S. Capitol Visitors Center. Not sure what the external building is. USCP, Capitol Police offices. This is a white fringe tree. Looks nice and springy. Okay, where we at? Over here, we have a couple of different trees. It looks like same species. They are jujubes. I don't know what that is. Another commemorative tree. This one is to honor former members of Congress. It's a witch elm. Oh, and that's a beautiful tree, isn't it? You got us that about. I think getting a little brown there. Hopefully it's doing okay. It's another memorial tree. It's this giant redwood to honor Representative Charles H. Randall. Charlie Randall. I guess he's out of office now, right? What have you got over here?
这才是有好奇心的表现。
This is an Osage orange. And they have these huge fruit. I see them up there, actually. Look at them all. Macura, Maclura, Omafera. Apparently it's being tapped with sap, and the bees love it. Look at the bees on that. Osage orange. Hey, I guess it's being produced somewhere nearby. This is a Japanese pagoda tree from Eastern Asia. And still others. I'm making my way up and around. Keep walking. It's going to be a long stretch to get all the way around this building. It's huge. But it is a seat of power, right? House of Representative office buildings across the way. See Corinthian columns at this end of the building. Capitol was burned. A lot of it stood at the end, and I think its walls probably
We went to that Italian spot by the
early
water,
19th century.
by my house.
The dome was completed after the Civil War. Burn.
Yeah, Category. In one York. And I guess
See those big black SUVs everywhere. Watering the lawn out here in front of the Library of Congress. Might walk up there at some point. Can't really see what anybody's writing if you're commenting as we go, but that's always nice. Maybe I'll stop and really comments later. There's another good angle on the Capitol dome. See, the lower section is a different kind of stone marble. There's also sandstone, like she made to construct it. That iron dome underneath of the stone, big windows letting in the light. Kind of a fountain in the Library of Congress, Jefferson Building. Was Thomas Jefferson getting the library from the Peyton Randolph House that really started the Library of Congress. His volumes came in to replace those lost in the War of 1812, I think. Oh, he supplied the originals, and I think you've got Jefferson's library inside there. Probably can't go in and film it, but sometimes I do. The Supreme Court's under scaffolding right now on the front side, probably cleaning its facade. Looks like it's a little dirty. Surprising, isn't it? See, the water here sort of surges up and flows down on the inside of the Capitol. Skylights of the visitor center. Stairs that go down into it there. Chances are they won't want me to film inside there either. There's the Senate. See all the steps coming down. This is the front side of the Capitol as it looks out to the east towards Europe. A lot of people don't think of that as the front because the other side faces the mall and the rest of the country. This is where it happens, folks. The government of the United States of America. State governments have their role as well, of course. And we should all learn as much as we can about how it functions. My father was a great one for writing to his representative and senator. But to tell you what, I didn't get much more than just lip service back from them. So they didn't usually reply. Standard replies. Huh. So what should we do? What should we do? I think we're going to go around this way because we can. They did a pretty nice job of rehabbing this side, putting that visitor center in. Used to be you could just walk right up, go right in. No problem. But those days are gone. Keep the people at a distance. You can probably understand why. The world isn't as safe as it used to be. Every cent spent is about nudge things the right way. Can bring down the corporate powers or get them to heal, but it takes mass action, coordination to really do anything. And the ship of state can be moved by the trim tabs of the individuals. We are all trim tabs on the big rudder that steers this ship. But if we work together, but if we work against each other, you know, and keeping us divided, keeping us split, it's big business. Big business there. We're going to go down by the grotto if we can. Last time I was over here, it was shut off. Then we're going to head back over to home. We're going to go home and get Len. It is what it is. So this is in lieu of having a episode of Hair Wings podcast at 3 p.m., which I was expecting, but that's cool. I don't mind. It is what it is. We were going to have Susan E. Schaffler, I believe is the name. I think I had it wrong. I said Schaefer, but I scheduled it as Schaffler. She sounds like a good human being. She's got 4 kids, apparently, with her wife. And this is just not going to work today. It's kind of not working for me either. So that's all right. I wasn't going to have but about, half an hour at 3. I will just let her figure out what works for her, and I'll negotiate it if it doesn't work for me. And that'll be the case with everybody who comes on Heroic's podcast. Meantime, the passing show goes on. A little bit of who, what, when, and where on Heroic's Live with Hal Gill, your host. You can see down there, that's the Castle, the Smithsonian, Washington Monument. Beyond that, Roslyn. Used to work over there for one of the agencies of the federal government, particularly the Department of Defense and its Air Force offices of business transformation. That was fun. Did that for 7 years, serving the Office of Business Transformation in one role or another. Traveled out to Wright-Patterson Air Force Base to do work on acquisitions, solutions. Yeah, we were doing a lot of requirements gathering and documentation, do workshops. Good friend really led that team. I did what I did. Once or twice. Participated any way I needed to, way I felt it. Note taking. Constantly recording everything talked about practically. That's pretty much what I'm good for, taking down what I'm seeing, what I'm hearing, remarking upon it without much certainty. Because when it comes down to it, who knows? Decisions have to be made. I provide the content, you figure it out. From there, I will capture just about everything I see. This is a Japanese maple I'm on. I have a slightly different breed of maple in the backyard right now. Looks like another redwood or sequoia or something there. Doesn't look like it's doing so well. I hope it proves. You can get all you out. People talking. We're talking. We're walking. See, I wanted to see this a little closer. This is a memorial tree. Maybe another sequoia. Yep. Giant redwood to honor Cherokee Indian Nation and the 20th anniversary of the birth of Sequoia. Dedicated on May 25th, 1966. I was 3 years old. And a couple. Yeah, people come from all over the world to see this place. Watch for small kids, runners, bicyclists, and pedestrians. There's a catawba tree. You can tell by the long, stringy fruit. Monkey cigar tree, they call it. They line Governor's Palace Green in Williamsburg. Nice little grotto, trickling water. Step down into it. Looks like it's already pretty well populated. That's not pleasant. Close try. Over there. Hidden gems. And it's my brother. So, out this way. Somehow you could found him. Wonder if he's not in his heart when he was alive, like full. Which way? This way. Now this thing here is a Japanese pagoda tree like the one on the other side. And we have a lovely set of large trees occupying the space. And we could go on to this avenue here, I think. Cut across. Look back at the Capitol, the Senate. Senate office buildings are up that way. I'm going to head home. Left foot in front of right foot. Probably by a circuitous route. If you go up to Union Station in that direction, there's the Carillon for Robert Taft. There's a senator. It's back there. A little tore up right now, so I think I get enough steps in this way. Another labeled tree. So that's probably a willow oak, sure enough. Picked it out. Recognized it on sight. And it's very good at identifying trees. This is a golden rain tree. This is an American elm, like the witness elm, younger, but nevertheless. This one appears to be a paper mulberry. Getting started, like those trees. It's very purple wood, mulberry. First Street, Northwest, 20 blocks to go by S, which is 18 blocks, so 20 by 18. Do not enter. Done. So I'm gonna just have to head out this way. Cut back down to Louisiana. Oh, we're gonna look at the Carolina. Oh, get a migraine aura. I don't get the pain from migraines, but I get the aura. Oh, flashy lights, geometric patterns, visual fields. It's happening in the occipital cortex. Well, there's the Carillon. This is a pretty strong aura gets now. Feel ahead of us straight. Let's see. So much traffic. Get away with this. There's Union Station up there. It's a lot. Just thinking about the time Dad took the train up here on his own, train back. Just to see the National Postal Museum, and they were launching the inverted Jenny block souvenir sheet for a postal exhibition. And the Postal Museum there. They'd never seen that. I went there, checked out the British Guyana magenta, 1 penny, the rarest stamps in the world. Had a really nice time. Dad and I did. And I think I saved it. I did save it, yeah. See, it's one of the things we got there. 2 of us. There's the Department of Labor. I used to work there, as I mentioned earlier. Hopefully I get through. Sure not. All right, the needles. Again, 26 C Street. Hartsfield, Gestel, Linus, Wall. Park Forest. We're going to cut back down. I think it shouldn't be a problem to cross here. Kind of tempting. See something different. Road less traveled and all that. There's Hamilton's Bar and Grill. Family there is going in. Oh boy. Won't be able to walk like this forever, but right now I'm doing okay. On the incline. Yeah. Boy entrance only. Visitor entrance is at 3rd and C Street. There you go. I used to go into that entrance. I used to work at a cubicle farm like you see behind these desks. I had a window. That's always a nice thing to have. I was an enterprise architect in those days. Recently certified through Carnegie Mellon University. Hired by Global Tech to work Department of Labor submission to the Office of Management and Budget. It's one of the top 6 enterprise architecture submissions in terms of maturity at that time. I did a lot of work in 2006. I was swamped. I lived up 125 7th Street Southeast at the time. Was driving a Ford Escape Hybrid that's currently in the shop. Hope to get it back this week. I don't know what's taking it so long, but there it sits over there at the Exxon. Have to swing by later. Can walk it. Not today. Maybe tomorrow morning. There's the blue chicken on top of the National Gallery of Art's East Wing. I have been over there and filmed from there a bit for Substack's Harrowings Live, the passing show with your host, Hal Gill. That's me. Everyone entering the Francis building will be subject to a security screening. I'm not going in, I'm just walking. Just walking. It's been a lovely visit to my old stomping grounds. In many ways, I did Pittsburgh last week. Now I'm doing the Department of Labor. I get around. I haven't been back over to Copenhagen in a long time, but I was over there 2000 to 2002. Maybe one reason I'm not at the Customs and Border Protection, although that would have failed, I'm pretty sure. Sometimes you get on a contract and there's nothing you can do to save it. Nothing. It's going to fail. And that's part of the system that needs to be fixed. Artificial intelligence may do that, may make things more efficient and effective, maybe a little bit inhuman, but nevertheless, it's a possibility. Oh, my legs, such as they are. Left foot in front of right foot, going to make it. I've been involved in a lot of things over my time. What's next? It's going to be hard to say. Been doing a little bit of research and getting a little bit of sage advice and recommendations, suggestions. I mean, keep on going, keep on going. Right. 333, the William Bryant Annex of the United States Courts of District Columbia Circuit, right across from the National Gallery of Art. Down Pennsylvania Avenue at some point. I'm going to get home in a reasonable time, I think. We have a statue to Blackstone. Fountain flashing there in front of the courthouse. You there at Pretty Many United States Courthouse. I don't know what cases are before the court right now, but I managed to keep myself out of there. You see some jurisprudence being executed, it looks like, on board ship, on land. It's a monument to Meade. It's on the other side of this monument. General Meade, commander of U.S. forces, Gettysburg, I believe, among other battles. Have a fountain. We rise and fall. Some ice cream. Yeah, so another jet going up on a national over there. Sorry if my commentary is so thin right now. I'm just tired. It's National Building Museum's roof up there. You can see in the distance behind the District of Columbia Circuit of Appeals. I think that's what it said. It's very fine print today from here. That's pretty perfectly aligned. Washington Monument coming up out of the roof of the Natural History Museum. We're by that in the last episode. And we're by the Canadian Embassy. Heading up Pennsylvania Avenue towards the White House, where we can turn north again on 17th and hook up with Connecticut Avenue and bring it on home. If we want, we can go different routes. There are a lot of different routes that we could take. Take great birders together, and build great planes together. So the Canadians and us, we've got a monument there on the window says enjoy diversity. Canada and the United States are partners in security and prosperity. Somebody's been having a little something. Good Company, Donuts and Cafe, right next door. And we have Johns Hopkins University occupying what was the museum. Johns Hopkins, based in Baltimore, but also has branches here in DC. The National Gallery of Art. Looks like they boxed in the 6th Street entrance since the last time I looked. We'll do some cleaning up there, storing or whatever. It's the School of Advanced International Studies, Government and Policy, Business School, School of Arts and Sciences. It's all here. Aerobic exercise. 6th Street, Northwest. And take a little rest. Let's see what I do. Turn north. Or just head this way. I think just head this way is good. Being that it's noon, the sun is pretty much straight down on me now. Yep. That's 6th Street. Goes up by Judiciary Square. The bronze lions framed in the Capitol Grill. Platera sculpture outside of the Federal Trade Commission. 601 Pennsylvania Avenue. On this site in 1814, the Star-Spangled Banner was first sung in public. Oh, there you go. That same Star-Spangled Banner is just down the way in the Smithsonian American History Museum. What's left of it. Genuine article. One alleyway up there. I think it might not be a bad idea. Limping a bit. Pretty tough time. But I can keep walking. And I can perch in the Museum of American Art. You have a nice atrium there. Get a bottle of water. Perch there for a while. Charge up the phone. Skin with. Swinging that around a little bit. How am I doing on charge? I can't tell. A little dark. A little dark.
No.
Moving.
I don't think that it's off. Oh, recommend.
Market Square. 1990. So when this building went up, 701. Used to eat at the restaurant there. It's the Navy Memorial. My grandfather, the first Hal Gill, first Harold Bledsoe Gill, served in the Navy, got his dog tags preserved, hanging from our mantle. Let's see the monument there. Soldier in his duffel bag. White duffel bag. I had one of those at one time. Might have belonged to my grandfather, for all I know. My father was going to join the Navy, but he was 4F when he got drafted due to his eyesight. Pity. He was pretty sharp on his ASFAB or whatever they called it then. Definitely made him an officer. But he did all right for himself. Lived comfortably, had a good life. Probably better than I'm going to have, as it turns out. But that's the nature of things these days. All right, making time now. Let's there. I'm going to have to rest. So we've got only about, let's see, 17 others have joined. Bathrobe Guy. And none of you two, sir. Jennifer Esposito. Jessica Cat. Oh, it's for walking only. Parking lot is very decorative. Almost cannot tell where the parking lot stops and steps up again. Scott Munson joined and Melly Ray, Angela, Jessica Cat. Good to have you all with us. Hey, Teaism restaurant across the way. That's really good. They have these salty oat cookies that to die for, particularly the chocolate ones, which I just thought about, which is not a good sign because I'll probably get them. I'd actually like to shed a few pounds, so I'm going to just keep walking. Because as long as I'm walking, I'm sure that I can dance. As they say in Saint of Circumstance. I missed all that. I didn't pay attention to GD60 much, except out of the corner of my eye. I was a dutiful husband taking my wife to her 40th high school reunion banquet, which was lovely. I think we all enjoyed it. And that was in Latrobe, Pennsylvania, where the Latrobe Wildcats pulled forth. The little sunflowers, little miniatures. There they are. It's lovely. On a C Street, on an uphill trajectory. Penn Social across the way. We don't need to go to those fancy places. Mighty fellow, yeah. Oh, no, no, no. I can cross over here and walk up the other side. I don't have to be in the shade. A lot of seconds. 40 to wait. Very well. Wait, we will. themed. 20. Picking up Dictator. License plate. I think it was a Virginia tag. Whoa. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well, it just ran a red light. Documented that. And get under this bit of shade here. It's deflecting sunlight. Less sunlight you get exposed to, the better. It's dirty habit. One of the companies I work for had their Christmas party there some years ago. We got a Keurig out of it. Got a lot of use out of that before it failed. Got a new one. So I got hooked on Keurig as a result of dirty habit. It's kind of a dirty habit in itself. Think about it. I see water to splash. I always game to do that. Pretty awful looking. But I make sure I rearrange it a little bit. Some moisture on the bottom of my shoes. Tracks. Yeah. Oh boy. Think it ain't crossed. Because I'm pedestrian, I'm sacred. Open daily, 11:30 to 7. Great jumping off point. Smithsonian Institution, Donald W. Reynolds Center for American Art and Portraiture, the National Portrait Gallery, and Smithsonian American Art Museum. And they do have some great art. Oof. Nice and cool. Marble steps. This used to be the old patent office years ago. Pleasure. Zolle, it's so much fun. Ja, Just have that.
Anything else?
Oh, what's it got to do with?
Okay.
Paying for it's always a good idea, right? Card authorizing.
You need a receipt, sir?
No, not the way. This is from new card. Great. Thank you.
Thank
Right over here. Right over here. You're going to get the lot. Or not. Second for that. Let's. Penman joined and Jokes should be joined. Okay. We'll swing around and say hello. Good to have you all with us. There are 19 total besides y'all. We're down to 20% power. I do have a battery though. So thanks for joining me on the walk from the Technical Garden to Smithsonian American Art and Portrait Gallery. They go looking around a little bit here, but I think that recharge me. B vitamins, it's all good. Louise Oliver, you're a little late to the game, but thanks for joining. We're ending here. Again, thanks for all your participation and heroing.